Hi, welcome back to EZMotoTim. In an earlier video, I mentioned that we were going to take an extended road trip on our motorcycles during the summer of 2021. In this video, I'll tell you about the route we took and the planning that went into selecting each day's route. My wife and I ride road glides, so the primary destination for our trip was the Road Glide National Rally, aka Shark Week, in Gardnerville, Nevada. The 2021 rally was the 11th Shark Week. Shark Week 12 will be in Appleton, Wisconsin. If you're interested in attending the rally, go to roadglidenationalrally.com and check it out. In addition to the rally, we hope to ride to Alaska. We planned to go in 2020, but the pandemic canceled those plans. In 2021, Canada opened its borders too late for us to make the trip. So instead of coming home after Shark Week, we decided to tour the Pacific Northwest. In anticipation of traveling to Alaska, we purchased a camping trailer we could pull behind our motorcycles. We figured we'd save a lot of money by camping instead of staying in hotels. Since we already had the trailer, it was an easy decision to take it on this trip. Plus, we knew we would learn what to pack and how to do this type of camping. If you're interested, I did a series of videos about the setup and modification of our Timeout camper. I used Garmin Basecamp to plan our routes and loaded the GPX files to my Zumo and the GPS in our Harley infotainment systems. I planned the first few days ahead of time and had a general idea of where we'd go later in the trip. The biggest advantage of Basecamp for me is that I don't have to be connected to the internet to use it. All the maps are loaded on my laptop, which allowed me to plan the routes, whether we had internet service or not. For the first part of the trip, I created routes that would cover between 300 and 400 miles each day. Now that we're retired, we don't have to push to get back to work, and we don't have to do 600 and 700 mile days. Also, we knew it would take extra time to set up and take down the camp, so there would be fewer travel hours in the day. In addition to shorter rides, I included extra days in the schedule to allow for breakdowns and time to rest. This is especially important if you have limited vacation time and have to be back to work by Monday. A breakdown will consume most of one day. If you don't allow for that, you'll have to start very early and ride late into the evening to make up the time. Unless you're an experienced iron butt rider, those longer rides will significantly increase the risk of a mishap. I planned our route taking secondary roads as much as possible. I like the slower pace of secondary roads, but we discovered many, such as US 190 west of Baton Rouge, that have been neglected and need to be completely rebuilt. We took interstates only when we needed to cover a lot of miles quickly. The first major destination was Grand Junction, Colorado. We wanted to be there by our wedding anniversary so we could spend the day with our good friend Susan. Susan was the wife of my best man, who passed away a few years ago. Our second major destination was Gardnerville, Nevada, and Shark Week. After Gardnerville, we had plenty of time in the schedule and planned day by day. We'd pick a location for the following night and look for a campground that had space for us. We had issues with the bikes in the trailer, so we altered our plans to accommodate getting service for the repairs. I'll do a separate video on the challenges we faced and how we dealt with them. We were hopeful Canada would open up in time for us to go to Alaska, but we thought that would be unlikely, so I made a list of some destinations in the Pacific Northwest we hadn't visited already. We'd been on the Pacific Coast Highway in California and the Beartooth Pass in Wyoming. We visited Crater Lake and the Columbia River Gorge during an earlier trip. On this trip, we wanted to see some redwood trees, the Oregon and Washington coasts, the North Cascades Highway, and Teddy Roosevelt National Park. It would have been great to ride the Going to the Sun Highway, but the National Park System implemented a ticketed entry system for several parks, including Glacier. We had no way of knowing what day we'd arrive, so we deferred that destination to next year. Along the way, we added a couple of stops. Our niece in Oakland invited us to spend the 4th of July weekend with her, and a high school classmate of Beth's invited us to her home in Bend, Oregon for lunch. So what route did we take? We headed generally northwest to Colorado. From Grand Junction, we went west to Gardnerville. We followed some very nice roads through Colorado and Utah, and some very desolate roads in Nevada. From Gardnerville, we went on to Oakland, and from there we went up the coast to the far northwest corner of Washington. We made our way east to Chicago before heading home to Florida. In all, the trip lasted 50 days and covered 9,800 miles. We consumed 480 gallons of gasoline. We really enjoyed this trip and are looking forward to next year's trip. Shortly before we left on our trip, we discovered the Bunk-a-Biker organization for motorcyclists. Bunk-a-Biker is a worldwide community of motorcycle riders who offer to host traveling riders at their homes for free. The idea isn't for a free place to stay. It's for building and promoting an uplifting, positive, and supportive community where you can meet your fellow bikers. Or simply, it's like couch surfing for bikers. There's detailed information about Bunk-a-Biker at bunk-a-biker.org. On the site, you'll find a link to the world map that shows color-coded pins for all the hosts and details about what they offer. Host members can offer a spare bedroom, a place to camp, a garage and tools, or just information about the area. Riding members stay with hosts for free, but it is nice to bring a gift just as you would when having dinner with friends. You contact hosts via text or email. For the start of our trip, I contacted 4 hosts who agreed to have us stay with them. 2 of them offered spare bedrooms, and 2 had places for us to camp. We enjoyed all the visits with our Bunk-a-Biker hosts. They were gracious and generous. Staying in an air-conditioned guest room was welcome relief from the heat and humidity, and camping in a grassy field was fun. We will definitely contact more hosts next year. Also, we have set up our spare bedroom at home to accommodate guests and have become a Bunk-a-Biker host. Look for other videos in this series on our Summer Travels 2021. In the meantime, I'd like to thank everyone who has watched my videos, subscribed, left a comment, and supported the channel. There are several ways you can support this channel. The simplest is to let the video and commercials play through. You can visit the Amazon pages on my website, where I have affiliate links to products we use. Purchases you make via those links don't cost you any more and may earn the channel a commission. Also, you can buy me a cup of coffee on buymeacoffee.com. Again, thank you for watching. I appreciate your support and all the positive comments. I'll see you in the next video.